Welcome back, bringing you a live shot over the state capitol. Lots of sunshine overhead as we're in for another warm day in the mid-90s. Hey, joining me today, I've got Ken Rosenfeld here in studio. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about. Let's dive right in. So a potential game changer here for, college sports in California. Lawmakers have approved this bill that would essentially allow student athletes to be paid.
Right.
To be paid. What do you think of all this? What do you make of it?
Well, there's nothing potential about it. This is going to change college sports forever. What California did, I think, is brilliant, but what they did is now they're going to be cornering a market for the best players in the country to come to California to play because they're going to be able to pay them.
Right.
So now programs like Duke and Krzyzewski and Saban in Alabama, they're not going to get the top recruits anymore because they're going to go to UCLA or Stanford because they're going to get $3 million checks the second they walk in the door as college kids.
Here's what blows my mind. We were just chatting in the break. When you think of the Reggie Bushes, the Zion Williams,
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
these are kids who really were phenomenal standout athletes in college, and now they're going to be potentially making big money.
Nothing potential about it because
Yeah.
it passed yesterday. Okay. So what this is going to do, it is going to destroy the NCAA's philosophy they've had all along. They make billions of dollars off these kids, billions
Right.
on the programs. And these kids don't get paid. They get their college paid for, which is nice. I'm not saying it's not. But Zion Williams and Reggie Bush were worth a heck of a lot more money than a 4-year college degree. That they probably didn't even go for the full 4 years. But what I'm saying on this is that, so the NCAA's threat to take away championship potential,
That's where
who
I was
cares?
going.
They don't
Really?
care, not at all. Because at the end of the day, the bank rules, Simone, and it always does. And when the bank rules, and these players are the ones that are going to be highlighted on television, the advertisers are going to want these people on TV, so they're going to be paying for it. So the NCAA is going to fold like the paper tiger they are.
Well, here, I want to touch on this. So, I keep saying potentially,
Right.
going through, and you're saying, the Senate and the Assembly approved the bill, but it's in the governor's hands.
Oh, he's
You
going to
think
stamp
he's
it,
gonna-
no doubt.
Really?
No doubt. It's going to give California such a competitive edge for the best athletes, and it's also a balancing and fairness because, like I said, there are some programs that have $1 billion contract with studios and media, like I believe Notre Dame. They don't pay these kids anything, and they're making so much money off these kids. It's time. The time has come that even companies like the video games and the likenesses and things like that, these kids deserve to get paid, and they're going to. And California is leading the way, and the other recruits, and I mean, Mike Krzyzewski could sit in somebody's living room all day long and talk about how great Duke is, but when the mother says that, I just got a $3 million check from UCLA, he's going to have to say, sorry, can't match that.
But there's people online, in the Twitter sphere saying, how come college scholarships aren't enough compensation at this point? And you're saying because there's bigger money at stake, essentially.
One, let's be realistic. These kids, generally, if they're superstars, aren't going for the college degree. They leave after 1 or 2 years. And the college classes they take generally are not the most competitive classes, let's call it. So why is it not? Because you're making so much money off them and so much money off their image. And there are some sports, basketball, a lot less than football, but these kids' lives are at risk, and these kids can get hurt easily. Yeah. If you got a guaranteed multi-million-dollar check, you're going to take it.
Quickly, Sarah, before we go, I know I'm getting wrapped, but I did want to touch on, too, the kids who won't go pro, but who are playing. Right. About 2% go pro, roughly. Right. And so for other kids to still have this chance to get paid in their college career, that's huge.
Absolutely.
All right.
California, very smart, and the governor's going to sign it.
Yeah.
It's going to change college sports forever.
Thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it. If you have a question for Ken Rosenfeld, send us an email, morning@fox40.com. Martina, we're going to send it over to you. I knew you would love to hear Ken's take on this as well.
It's so interesting because everybody has so many opinions about should they be paid.